What's going on, guys? Marcus from Wall Street Assassins back at it again with a new video. And this video is going to be on basically how to set up your TD Ameritrade for day trading. So I post one of these videos every year because as a trader, we want to always basically evolve and move to the next step forward and make sure you guys are always basically try to step up your game each year, learn new stuff. One of my favorite quotes is basically, your cup could never be too full, right? If your cup is too full, then you can't learn anything new. And every year, I want to learn new stuff. Every day, I want to learn new stuff and it keep on evolving. So this is going to be a 2023 how to set up your TD Ameritrade for day trading. So let me get rid of myself over here so you guys could pay attention to the charts and not look at this beautiful mug over here. Now I'm saying, but moving forward, looking at the chart over here, this is basically how Thinkorswim looks, right? So the main thing you're going to want to know right now is basically, what is this, right? So this is basically my TD Ameritrade platform where I'm able to basically take trades from, whether I'm doing options, where I'm trading stocks. So all of that varies over here, but the main tool that you guys need to know about is the toolbox, right? This toolbox is very important. You can find it on your bottom right over here. You have what's called pan, where you can move the chart left to right over here. Um, that's very important, especially when you're trading. You want to basically make sure you have enough space to move over to the side. Next tool you want to know is basically price level. Especially when you get into technical analysis, you're going to need to learn how to use this price level tool to basically identify, hey, wow, this is basically a descending stepping staircase. You'll learn patterns as you go. I'll post a video on that, but that is very good for basically making your own trend line, right? So if you want to get rid of a trend line, you just right click on top of that, you scroll down to basically delete or remove drawing over here, and then it pops right off, right? And then the last one I use a lot is going to be price level, right? So this is very good. So as I move my cursor up and down on the right hand side, you guys can see that, hey, it's floating around like 209, 216. So that's basically the price that you're floating above. And this is very good tool, price level tool. If I left click and drag this all the way to the left side, I could zoom in on certain parts of the chart, right? And I could keep on zooming in. Now, say if I want to zoom out, there's magnifying glasses over here. You can zoom out, so you guys could use that as well. But not only that, but if I double click, so you can see we're looking at Tesla over here. And then if you want to know what time frame I'm looking at, right, you could set up your time frames over here where I'm looking at the 1 year, 1 day, meaning, hey, this is 1 year of information, and each candle on this chart, no matter how big or small, is 1 day of information. So you can see that Tesla on the 1 year basically took this drop from March all the way over here to May, from 384 down towards this 205 zone, and you can see it bounce on 205 multiple times. I like to basically go to my far left, double click, all right, and then now you have this nice, beautiful support line, meaning, hey, the stock basically bounced off this floor over here. But that's a very important tool. You can find support and you could do resistance. And then, of course, if you want to remove it, you right click, you go to remove drawing, and that's it. Or say if you want to make the whole chart clear, you go to clear drawing set, and then it'll ask you, hey, are you sure? And you click, yeah, I'm sure. I want to get rid of everything. So that's very important. Those are the main tools I use over here. Other than that, you probably want to set up your chart for indicators or anything like that. And you go to the top right over here, and it says edit studies, and you could basically add whatever you want. Let's say you want to add your MACD. You just click that, drag it to the box you want it to be at. Let's say I use my RSI, relative strength. So that would basically pop up over here. Let's say you're a VWAP kind of person, you could add VWAP, or let's say EMA, right? You could add your EMA over here and then you click apply. And then you'll see all of that basically pops up on the chart. And if you want, you could get fancy with it. You could go to settings over here on that little wheel, and then you could basically change the color. Let's say I want my EMA to be green, purple, or pink. I could change it to blue if I want. My MACD, I typically leave these pretty much standard the way they are. But once you do all that, you could actually save your studies. So this way, if you're making a new chart or later down the line, you're doing more than one chart, or you want to trade more than one stock or more than one time frames, you could save it as a set, and then this way you could quickly add it to the next chart that you're looking at. We'll talk about that in a second. So I have mine's pre-saved over here. These are basically, and then I could go to use set, and then I could click apply, and these are basically how I have my chart set up over here. So my MACD, my RSI, my EMA. If you guys want to see how that looks, you guys could take a screenshot of this, set it up the same way I have mine, and that's pretty much it for the studies. But now that we have our study set, right, we could go to chart settings, right? So these are my chart settings. So this basically shows your alerts over here, how you want your alerts displayed. I don't like too much jumble stuff on my screen, like, because if you don't edit this over here and have it the same way I have it, and you basically, instead of having these arrows, it's going to tell you, hey, I have an alert at basically 185, and that's kind of annoying, especially if you're trying to zoom in on a certain price point on a smaller time frame. On the 1 year, no problem. But if I'm on the 1 minute and I'm trying to get in and then I have a giant alert in my way, then that could possibly affect my overall trade. Overlap volume, I have that unclicked. And make sure you guys go over this one, double check it with yours as well. Price access, you guys could check this one as well too. I don't think I really did much over here, but double check it with yours as well too. Time access. So I have this one over here, expansionary area. Very important, right? So a lot of traders, I see it on YouTube all the time, where they even have this set at 0. So what that does is I'm seeing just the last candle, and maybe that works for some people, but I like the ability to basically pan out a little bit more. I want to see the beyond, right? So where you go to the time access and it says expansionary area or expansion area, you could put it to 100 or whatever you want to set it up to. But this way I could actually go far out and basically I could see the chart form and I could move it out as I want. So that's always a good feature to have. Um, Next thing on this, you're over here. Make sure you guys just double check to see that it's the same as mine. Time frames. I have all different time frames. So you guys could copy my time frames if you want. But the main ones I really use is the 1 day, 1 minute, 5 day, 5 minute, 5 day, 15 minute is the main one I use as well too. 20 day, 1 hour, 180 day, 4 hour, 1 year, 1 day. If you're basically looking for longer term plays or you want to make sure your levels are even more correct on long term or bigger scope, you're not really holding for 1 day. You could do 1 year, 1 week, or say if you're really swing trading, you could go to the 5 year, 1 week as well too. But this is basically the time frames I have. Appearance. When you get this, basically, when you first open your TD Ameritrade brand new account, it's gonna have these basically unfilled. I have mine filled. I have basically the color as it ticks, meaning they'll show the volume as in red for basically selling pressure, green for buying pressure. Background, I have it as black. Grid, you guys can see all that. And then other than that, I didn't touch anything else. That's pretty much it. I don't trade Forex. After that, you hit apply and everything adds to your chart and you're all set from there. So other than that, that's pretty much it. If you guys want to type in a ticker you guys are looking at, let's say you're looking at Apple, you guys could type it in this box over here. You guys can see I already have some lines set on Apple's ready. And then that's pretty much it on that one. You guys want to take trades, you guys could take trades on here as well. You guys could see basically I'm an option trader, so this is an option chain. You have your basically your calls on the left side, your puts on the right side. That's pretty much it. Market prediction over here as well. Um, Another thing you guys could do, you guys can scan for stocks. So this is how I have my scan set, where you have stocks set to last or minimum price. So you can look for stocks all different price points. Me, since I'm an option trader, sometimes I look for higher dollar price stocks or basically large cap stocks like Tesla, Apple, Netflix. But if you want to scan for like penny stocks, you could go from like a $2 to whatever, 1,000. And you can look for what kind of volume look you're looking for. And you can scan the RSI where it's greater than 30 or above 70. So if you know how to read the RSI is this tool over here. Very, very important tool. Around 30 is oversold. Typically, when you see the RSI is oversold, you see the stock bounces. And typically when you see the RSI overbought, you see the stock basically go down. So this is a very good scanner. Whether you're looking for you're looking for long positions, you're looking on that 1 year, and you can start entering your long positions if the RSI is oversold, or Tesla right now is overbought, right? So into the SMA right here, this long blue line is the SMA, but that's for a different lesson. But that's typically how I have my chart set up. Now, another thing I want to tell you guys, when I'm trading, I'm not just looking at one screen, and you don't need multiple laptops or multiple screens and stuff to trade one stock. Typically, you have three main screens, or three main screens on one screen up for the stock I'm watching. So you could basically set that up over here. You can see that if I want like three Teslas, right? Mix it up however you want. But as soon as you do this, you're gonna have to edit everything, right? So this is how the default is set up before all the edits we just spoke about. So that's why I went through all that. So now you guys, if you guys want multiple screens on one screen, basically, like we're looking at right now, you guys could go to the studies, add your studies, and I could add it as a set over here, right? Use this set, apply, and you can see all my set applies, and then you would have to redo this, set up your alerts and stuff like that, how I have it. But after you do all that, the first time you could save it. So let's say I like to trade Tesla a lot. So I got Tesla threes. So you can see over here, Tesla threes. So this is normally how I'm trading in 2023, right? It's been a long time, been trading since 2017. But every year you get a little bit different. You learn new stuff. You advance, you move forward. And this is basically how I have my chart set up. This is time and sales over here. On any chart, you guys can see time and sales. So this is basically actual people buying and selling. Market closed at 4 o'clock, but you can still buy shares, right? I think up to 7 o'clock. But 4 o'clock is it for option traders. But people are buying and selling shares over here. You can see the time, how many they bought, how many they sold, right? Green is buying, red is selling. But that's time and sales. Sometimes I like to keep that up to see that basically the flow, the rhythm of what's going on with the overall stock I'm in, especially if you're getting into a short position and you start seeing this thing light up red, that is more confirmation for you to hold your position. There's other confirmation. You always want to have more than one confirmation before you guys enter a stock, but time and sales gives you a good flow of that as well. Especially if you enter a long position, you see this thing start lighting up green. People are buying. It's a good sign that you're in the right direction, right? So other than that, you could basically close that. Even news, TD Ameritrade gives you news over here. So you can see, hey, what news Tesla had for the day or anything like that. So you can read the news, and it's pretty much up to the minute. Anytime something is remotely related to Tesla, it'll pop up over here on the news. But overall, this is my three chart setup. Let me go through it with you guys. So I got my 20-day on the far left. Why? Because direction is more important than anything. Your 20-day chart is going to give you the direction you need before you look at any other chart, right? So direction is key. So that's why I have my 20-day over here. 20 days basically. If I'm reading this chart right now, right? If you guys know how to read charts, or even if you don't, so this is basically telling me, hey, that Tesla dropped from 214 all the way down towards 195. And that's basically my key direction chart. Now, once that 20-day and then my 180-day, I could bounce around from my 20-day to my 180-day over here. Once my 20-day and 180-day are both in the same direction, that's giving me key to basically now look at the 15-minute. Where's my 15-minute pointing, right? Is it pointing in the same direction, meaning are the candles all heading in the same direction? If the 180 days pointed down, 20 days pointing down, I want my 15-minute to be pointing down, right, as well, too. In this case, right, today was a bearish day, so we're saying down. If it's bullish, I'll be looking for it to be pointed up. But I want these to all be aligned. All three of these charts, I want these charts, all three to be aligned with the MACD, RSI, everything, in order for me to feel safe to get into a position. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button early. And then the last chart over here, the 5 minute, right? 5 minute, I want it to be in the same direction as the 15, the 4 hour, 180 day, and the 1 hour, 20 day. So I want them all to be aligned. And then I look to enter either on the 1 minute, depending on what you guys want. You guys could enter on the 1 minute or the 5 minute. That's personally what I do. But the 1 minute is basically quick information. Every candle over here forms every minute. So that gives you quick information. And then, especially me, I'm a scalper. I'm pretty much in and out within a few minutes. Sometimes I hold, sometimes I don't, but I'm here for a good time, not a long time, right? So make sure you guys cater to your own style. But this is basically my scalping sniper setup right here. If I'm more of a long-term swing trader, then I won't even really need that, right? So let's go back to Tesla, right? If I'm a long-term swing trader, then I just need this one chart over here because I'm not looking to basically get in and out very quickly. And maybe you may want to focus more on your 180 day, right? Your 180 days, 180 days, 4 hours, and you'll look for your RSI and your MACD and whatever you guys use to trade. But this is how I trade to enter your positions and stuff like that. But this is basically how I have it set up. And it's pretty cool that you could have multiple screens on one screen, or I could push this to another screen if I want, if you have a dual screen or multiple screen setup, or you could just keep everything on one laptop. To be honest, I started trading 2017 with just a hand-me-down laptop, and I made it work, and I was profitable and learning back then. So that's pretty cool that you guys could always just trade with just a laptop. You don't need multiple screens. You guys basically learn how to scan. You guys learn where to find your option layout over here, where you could buy your calls and puts. Not going to go through a whole lesson about that. But if you guys enjoy this video, give it a like below. Let me know what I forgot, right? This is a big platform. There's a lot of stuff. Even while I'm saying this right now, I'm thinking, hey, there's an on-demand feature over here, right? On demand, if you guys want to trade the pass, this is a beautiful setup right here where you guys could just click on demand and you guys could trade any date in the past and learn from your mistakes and learn from your good habits, right? As a trader, you always want to basically look in the past or look at your previous trades and see what you did wrong and see what you did right and move forward from there. So there's a lot of stuff that TD Ameritrade offers. They even have chat rooms. You could even basically message TD up here. There's a message over here where you could basically chat with a live TD Ameritrade employee and they help you figure out stuff about your account. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.